Today we are going to learn the most important topic of SPC, and you will get two questions in the mid-semester exam. It means it carry 8 marks out of 20 in the mid-semester exam. That is data hazard. Okay. Before going to the data hazard, first of all, I want to tell you that there are 5 stages in the pipeline register. Okay, 5 stages in the pipeline register. The first one is instruction phase. Second one is instruction decode. Third one is execution. Fourth one is memory, and fifth one is write back. In the instruction phase, simply the register are phase. Okay, and in the instruction decode, the value of the register is taken. For example, let's suppose R1 plus R2. It means register R1 add with register R2, and this value is stored in the R5. In the instruction decode, the value of R1 is decode and R2 is decode. Let's example, the value of R1 is 3 and R2 value of 2. It means in the decode, we just take the value of R1 3 and R2 2. And in the execution, we perform the operations like subtract, divide, multiply, and this memory is used during the load and the store. And write back means R1 plus R2 is added and stored in R5, and we get the value of R5 in the write back. Okay, this is the point you have to remember during the numerical of data hazard. Let's see what is data hazard. Simply, data hazard occurs due to the data dependency among the instructions. For example, R1 plus R2 is stored in R3, instruction 1. Instruction 2 is what? R3 plus R5 is stored in R4. You can see that this R3 is dependent upon this R3. Until we don't get the value of R3 from the instruction 1, we cannot use the value of R3 in the instruction 2. That is called data hazard. Okay, there are 3 types of the data hazard. 3 types of data hazard. Number 1 is raw hazard. It's called read after write hazard. Okay, the second one is WAR hazard. It means write after read hazard. And third one is WAW hazard. It means write after write hazard. Okay, the raw hazard is also known as true data dependency. Okay, and war hazard is also known as anti data dependency. Okay, and WAW hazard is also known as output data dependency. Okay, WAR and WAW is also known as false data dependency. Okay, and RAW is also known as true data dependency. Sometimes the question is asked in the exam, find the true hazard or false hazard. Then you know what that means. True means raw hazard and false means WAR and WAW. Let's see what is raw hazard. By taking the example, raw hazard. Okay, the instruction 1 is R3 R1 plus R2. It means what? R1 is added with the R2 and stored in R3. Second one is R4. R3 plus R5 stored in R4. Okay. Let's draw the diagram for this instruction. I told you there are 5 stages to do these questions. Number 1 is instruction phase. Second one is decode, execution, memory, and write back. Okay. First of all, instruction 1, simply we have instruction phase, just fetching the data. There is no any dependency on that. Second is decode. Decode means taking the value of R1 and R2 whatever. And third is execution. Okay. And fourth one is memory. And fifth one is write back. I told you the value of R3 is getting in the R3. It means in the write back we get the value of R3. Okay. Let's see. Now turn off second instruction. And one thing is that every instruction phase, every instruction is done if like first this instruction is fetching. Okay. Then after the fetching of instruction 1, then only the second instruction is fetched. It means the second instruction is start from this stage. Okay. Instruction phase. Then simply ID, executions, memory, and write back. Here is the data hazard. See, R1 and R2 is added and stored in the R3, and R3 and R5 added and stored in the R4. But this R3 is dependent with this R3, and the value of updated R3 is we get in the write back positions. But before getting the value of R3, we are adding the value of R3 in this phase. Okay. Let's see clock cycle 1, clock cycle 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We will get the value of our updated R3 in the clock cycle 5, but we are decoding. It means we are taking the value of R3 in the clock cycle 2. Okay. It means we are getting the raw value, and that is called the raw hazard. And there are different solutions like stalling, operator forwarding, reordering to remove the raw hazard. For now, this is raw hazard. Okay. Second one is WAW hazard. Okay. What is write after write? Let's see. R1, R2 plus R3, then R2, R4 plus R5. Left to right. Okay. R2 add with R3 and store in R1. Okay. Let's see. As per the instruction ordering, instruction 1. Okay. Instruction 1 read the data. First, instruction 1 read the data of R2 and R3 stored in R1. Okay. If and in the instruction 2, R4 is add with the R5 and stored in the R2. Let's suppose if before instruction 1 is executed, if instruction 2 is executed, it means this value of R2 is updated from this. It means when we decode, then this R2 value get updated previously, but we know that the instruction is execution step by step. But if this R2 is if this executed first than this, then the R2 value is updated. Because of this, write after write hazard is occurred. Okay. Number third is WAW hazard. It means write after write hazard. R1, R2 multiply R3, and R1, R4 plus R5. You can see that in the instruction, R2 is multiplied with R3 and stored in R1. And in instruction 2 second, R4 is added with the R5 and stored in the same R1. Okay. If instruction 2 is executed before this, then the value of R1 is updated, and this is updated. But as per the rules, first the R2 and R3 is multiplied, stored in R1, then R4 plus R5 add and stored in the R5. So because of this, WAW hazard is occurs. To solve these problems, we have got three solutions to solve the problems. Okay, simply in this chapter we only going to deal with the raw hazard, how to control the raw hazard, because WAW hazard and WAW hazard is a false dependency. It may be occurs, it may not be occurs, because we know without doing the instruction 1, instruction 2 is not going to place. Okay, so in this chapter we are only going to deal with the raw hazard, how to overcome raw hazard or how to stop the raw hazard. The first solution is stalling. Second is operand forwarding. Okay, and third one is reordering. Okay, and this I will teach you how to solve the raw hazard by using these three methods in the next video. Thank you.